Water signs, what the fuck going on, water signs? I know y'all like, why we all grouped in here together? Hold on, I'm gonna get to that. Thank you all for watching. My name is Bonnie KB Banks. Welcome to the Truth Seeker Tarot. Are you ready for your truth water signs? Are you? Anything y'all gonna need from me is in the description box down below. Water signs, I'm gonna give it to you straight raw. I almost didn't do it. Midterms kicked my ass. I was a little tired, but some said Kayla show the fuck up, so I'm here. So yes, that's why y'all grouped together. So Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, let's see what y'all got going on for the month of October. True enough, I have missed majority of Libra season. My bad. But guess what? I'm here now before the rest of October leaves. Okay. Most High, what does the water signs, or what do the water signs have going on for the month of October? I told y'all, you see how I'm talking. Already water signs and tied. All right, first things first. First card up here was, look, we got the root chakra. Now, with this root chakra, this talks about being in survival mode. The root chakra also talks about, more so us being stuck in our way of doing things, our way of perceiving scenarios and situations. This is kind of like the energy of trying to take on the world by yourself. Water signs, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, with 35 breaking down into an 8. Water signs, you all may be closing this cycle out, okay? Because there's actually no water in this card, this feels like just for water signs that are in masculine energy. Y'all are recognizing and seeing that the more y'all stay in y'all masculine energy, or the more that you try to be in your masculine energy, it may be, it just kind of feels like the more you're seeing like scenarios and situations in your life possibly change, or the more that you see like you really and truly need to be doing things God way and not your way. And I just said that because the God card actually came out here, but that was the last one. The next card up, we got walking away in the reverse when it comes to you water signs. Even though the walking away is in the reverse, this is not leaving, not abandoning the situation, not letting a cycle close. This doesn't actually feel like this is for all water signs. So water signs, make sure you take what applies to you in this reading, and you let the rest fly. Okay, I got it. Water signs that are in masculine energy, you all, God is calling you to come out of survival mode, or God is calling you to come out of that way of being. God is calling you to trust him. In regards to water signs that are in feminine energy, meaning you've already gotten out of doing things the way you want to do it, and you've gotten into doing things the way God wants you to do it. Something is refusing to let you leave a cycle, or something is trying to hold on to you by the ankle, or something is pulling on your shirt in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Water signs, with you all being in feminine energy and you all actually leaving the mental states, leaving the emotional spaces, leaving the possibly scenarios and situations, relationships, jobs, whatever God has asked you to leave behind and to let it stay in the past. You've actually done that. But in some way, shape, form, or fashion, water signs, either the energy doesn't want to let you go, or whatever energy that you have been still pouring into scenarios and situations. So let's just say some of these scenarios and situations, they still pop up in your head. And when they pop up in your head, you're actually feeding into the thought. God wants you to stop feeding into the thought. You feeding into the thought is that last little bit of energy that is giving this. It's that the energy that you're pouring into it is the last bit of energy that's allowing this thing to hold you by the ankle. That's allowing this thing to pull on your shirt. That's allowing this thing to fuck with you. That's allowing this thing to bother you. Whatever intrusive thoughts, or whatever what if thoughts, or whatever this feels like questions, whatever questions or whatever answers you may be looking for, God just asking you to come to him. You don't have to sit and dwell and think about this. You don't have to sit and allow whatever this past ass energy to get the best of you. Okay. Now, Most High, give us the water. Well, no, first of all, stop. Last card up here, we got the healer of ages. So right now in October, especially with the 6 up here, 6 is normally a number of, 6 is the number of man. But in numerology, 6 is normally that number of something needing to be altered, or something needing to be changed in our physical life, so we can be at balance, so we can be at peace, so we can be good. And whether you're in feminine energy or masculine energy, water signs, God is calling you to come to him right now in the month of October, so he can go ahead and clear this out. Because in the next season, of course, we got Scorpio season. And Scorpio, happy early birthday to y'all, because I want to say today is the 20th. We come in a couple days, so happy early birthday to the Scorpios, okay? Outside of that, This honestly feels like while we're still in the month of October, or while it's still possibly a little bit of Libra season left, God is trying to, it's almost like whatever energy that God is asking you to get rid of or asking you to allow him to cleanse, please allow him to do that. Those that are in masculine energy, I can't even lie, you have a very, very small window of coming up out your masculine energy before you just absolutely get stuck in it. And God don't want that. Feminine energy, you're putting yourself in danger of getting stuck in possibly karmic people, places, and things, because 27 does have a 9 on here. So feminine energy, whether you're male or female, if you've done what God asked you to do with leaving certain things alone, but you're still allowing the thought or the energy to dwell within you, stop doing that. God is trying to close out a cycle, and you doing that is keeping God from fully being able to close out that cycle like need be. Most High, give us this root chakra card, but we're going to do this different. Most High, give me the light that's at the top of this masculine head. What's the light at the top of this masculine head? 9 of Cups. Water signs. God is trying to take you out of this energy, because the 9 of Cups normally talks about dreams, goals, aspirations, but the 9 of Cups energy can also be the 9 of Cups energy can also be a know-it-all. The 9 of Cups energy can also be the 9 of Cups can also be the energy of I know what's best. Don't nobody know better than me. Don't nobody know more than me. Don't nobody no one can calculate this better than me, or nobody can put this together better than me. That energy that you have, water signs, God is shining the light on that energy within you. If you're thinking in that space, or if you're not allowing God to really, really mold and shape your mental state right now, that's the energy that's keeping you fucked up and keeping you in survival mode. And that's the energy God is pointing out that he needs you to pray about, so you can actually get into alignment with God the way God wants you to be in alignment with God. Water signs, stop trying to do things the way you want to do it, and ask God, how does he want you to do it? Water signs, stop trying to do shit the way you think is best, and ask God, what does he think is best? And that is only for the water signs that are in masculine energy. So if you see yourself stuck in a survival mode, if you see yourself stuck in this I know it all mentality, if you see yourself stuck in this, if things don't go my way, that the whole world is wrong and all this other extra shit, if you're in that type of mentality, I'm talking to you, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. For all of you all that are in masculine energy, God is shining a light on how you're thinking. That's the problem. You're not, see, this is what it is. Water signs, if you're acknowledging everything outside of yourself and not acknowledging yourself and how you're thinking and how you're perceiving things, that's the issue and problem that God has. And that's the thing that God is trying to get you to pray about, so he can actually take you up out of survival mode. Oh, Lord. With this walking away in the reverse, even though these cards are not connected together, if we just gonna keep the sentence going, in regards to this, the people, that's what this is. In regards to people, places, and things that you've already separated, and you already let go of some of these things that God asked you to let go of, but the energy is still holding on to you because you're still allowing this energy to some way, shape, form, or fashion mentally affect you. God is trying to, the main reason why God needs you to stop thinking about this thing, to stop letting this intrusive thought get the best of you, to stop dwelling on whatever these memories, thoughts, information, whatever this is that keep popping up in your head that's bothering you. The reason why God really and truly wants you to stop and just let him shut it out. So it's almost like God is asking you to pray, water signs, and say, God, please shut this energy completely out my mental state. Shut this energy completely out my emotional space. God, please shut this energy completely off from me. And God, even if you got to kill off a part of me in order to do it, God, please do so. Water signs, you all praying like that is going to allow these doors to completely close. But the reason why God needs you not to dwell and does not want you to dwell on it is because the people, places, and things that are either still stuck in survival mode, or the people, places, and things that are bringing this nonsense to you, that's what they want. 9 of Cups, they want you to think about it. They want you to dwell in it. They want you to keep allowing it to live in your brain rent free. It wants you to do that because that's what it's thriving off of. That's what it's living off of. God is asking you to completely shut this person, place, or thing, energy or entity, industry or institution, scenario and situation. God is asking you to pray to him and completely have him shut it out of your life, so then that energy that is really and truly trying to send out, that energy can go back to where the fuck it came from. Because Eight of Swords, this is what it's trying to do for those in survival mode. This energy is trying to keep you in survival mode. It's trying to lock you up and stash your ass away in survival mode. As far as the second group, the feminine energy, it's trying to get you trapped back up. You see how it's mainly a feminine energy up here on this card. So heavy, heavy, heavy for those that are walking in what God wants them to do and where God wants them to go. Please, please, please pray about your overthinking. Please pray about you being overly mentally stimulated. Please pray about the intrusive thoughts that you're having. Please pray that any negativity that's trying to stem through any of the things that are trying to be sent towards you, ask God to either disband it, to bind it to something. Basically, ask God to cover you and protect you and to not allow it to affect your mental state, so you can clearly hear what God wants you to hear and you can clearly do what God wants you to do. And then boom, with this Nine of Cups, if we just move it over here to the God card, what God is trying to show a lot of water signs is that he it's almost like God, like, I know what's best for you. And I know what you want. I know what you're really asking for. I know what you need. And I can provide it. I can give it. But water signs, do you trust God to do so? So Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, God may be testing you all to see, do you really and truly trust him? Most High put us one on this Ace of Swords when it comes to this root chakra card. This is the unspoken truth. Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about intuitively knowing something, but not having all the facts, not having all the information, or it not being done completely in your face to where you can fully see it. Or unspoken truth, intuitively. Water signs that are in masculine energy, intuitively y'all know for a fact how y'all think is fucking y'all up. Five of Swords, mental conflict. Yep. This mental, for those that are in survival mode and for those that are in masculine energy and for those that unfortunately you're stuck in this I know it all, I know what's best, nobody thinks or nobody knows better than me energy. A lot of you all know for a fact that it's the way you mentally think that's fucking shit up. Because Five of Swords, over and over and over again, when God has showed you or when God has told you that, hey, you thinking like this is an issue and a problem, water signs, you always lost. And that's what God is trying to keep you from going through again, is taking another loss. So water signs, as a group, collectively together, if you are in your masculine energy, God is trying to give you an opportunity and chance to lean on him and to get in your feminine energy. Feminine energy, God needs you to know and understand that just because you're on a path with him and just because you're in alignment with him, that does not mean that these energies are not going to try to still attack you. That does not mean that those energies are not still going to try to come after you. That does not mean that these energies just poof and go away and you never see them again. That's not true. But what it does mean is that with you pouring into God and with you allowing God to lead and guide you and with you allowing God to drop off this information to you, it keeps you out of being trapped up. It keeps you out of being overly mentally stimulated. It keeps you out of overthinking. It keeps you out of pouring your energy into cycles, mentalities, emotions, people, places, and things that God is trying to shut out of your life. So Most High, give me this walking away in the reverse. The woman in the walking away. Lover's card. See, that's what this is. Water signs. Water signs, I'm going to be completely honest with you, baby. Water signs, y'all going to have to get over the love that you have for people. And I don't mean it in a bad way or in a nasty way. What I mean is, water signs, y'all cannot keep allowing the love that you have for people to overshadow the facts that God is putting in front of your face. Point blank, period. No matter how we feel about certain people, places, and things, energies and entities, industries and institutions, scenarios and situations, Yes, your emotions are valid, but your emotion is not God's facts. God's facts about the scenarios and situations is some of the things that you love and some of the things you care about, feminine energy, and the fact that you keep allowing these things to even have a dwelling place in your mental state. That's God letting you know that the love that you still have for this thing is overshadowing the fact of what I showed you about this person, place, or thing. And that's what God is trying to correct, and that's what God is trying to fix. God is not asking you to block your heart off. God is not asking you to be cold. God is not asking you to be mean. God is not asking you to be ugly. God is not asking you to just be like, oh my God, fuck people. I never wanna connect to people again. People are so bad. Arr. God is not asking for any of that. But God is trying to teach you to release with love and to truly release it in its entirety. Don't just separate from it, but to actually allow God to cut this thing off from you. Okay, because you got the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is what it is. Sometimes with those that are in feminine energy with God, what it is, sometimes you can stay in this alignment with God on the information that God showed you about these people and where you need to go and what you need to do. And then what this honestly feels like when it comes to certain people, places, and things. So this feels like when it comes to things that you may not be so emotionally connected to or emotionally stuck on, these are things that are easy to pass by, or these are things that are easy for you to just completely let go of. But when these are people, places, and things that you really, truly, and sincerely care about, it's extremely hard for you to just walk away and leave these things behind. Even when it comes to your thoughts, God is asking you to pray about that. And the reason why God is asking you to pray about that is because He can correct it, and He can fix it, and He can take that energy up off of you. But you gotta ask for it, water signs. We can't just be expecting. It's almost like, does God truly know how we feel? Yes. But does He want us to ask for His help so He can fully get to the root of whatever our problem and issue is and pluck it? Yes. Now, Most High, give me the air. What are water signs not walking away from, or what are still holding them by the shirt, or what's still holding them by the ankle? We know with this Lovers card and this survival mode up here, these feel like trauma bonded people. These feel like people that you met in survival mode. These feel like people you may have grew up around, or people that are in, like, y'all running the same circles. It's almost like you're recognizing and realizing the environment that you once was in is not healthy for where God is trying to take you. Most High, what is this that's holding on to water signs? Ten of Wands. Now, Ten of Wands normally talks about responsibilities. Ten of Wands normally talks about burdens. The Ten of Wands can also be a heavy-ass weight. God is asking you, water signs, to let the weight go. Let the weight go. That's exactly what this is. Water signs that are in feminine energy, you all are still holding the weight of whatever these scenarios and situations brought towards you. But the reason you're still holding that weight is because you still have love for these people. God is asking you to pray about that love that you have for these people, places, and things, energies and entities, whatever the shit is that's in survival mode, that's still trying to hold on to you or to snatch your shirt or to pull you back. God is asking you to pray about the love you have for those things. With you praying about the love that you have for those things, God will correct and fix all of this. Okay. Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups is Ten of Cups. So especially with Pisces, with Pisces, this feels like with the Nine of Cups. Queen of Cups, this feels like Cancer energy. So especially for y'all Pisces and Cancer, Scorpio, where your ass at? Scorpio, I ain't gonna lie, Scorpio, this feels like you may be a Scorpio. Y'all may be the ones with this Two of Swords energy up here. Intuitively, Scorpios, if any of you all intuitively know for a fact God is trying to get you to do something and you haven't spoken up, you haven't said anything, or you haven't done what God is asking you to do, you know good and well that until you do what God asks you to do, you're going to be in this mental place. Because God is like, no. Like, no, we're not going for it. Not at all. So for some of you all, especially Scorpios, God may be asking, because I ain't gonna lie, Scorpios, we are the sign that is known for shutting down. It's like we already know if we don't shut down, we gonna crash out. And God is trying to show you that, hey, it actually is a middle place. But because you've never been in this middle ground when it comes to possibly your anger or possibly being upset or possibly being disappointed, it's almost like you're refusing to be in the middle ground, which is where God is asking you to be. This feels like you being in the middle ground is Scorpio. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Some of y'all don't want to be the bearer of bad news, or some of y'all don't want to get in somebody's ass, or some of y'all don't want to set this record straight, or some of y'all don't want to chin check somebody. It's like y'all don't want to deliver some type of disappointment. God is going to make you deliver that disappointment. I want you to know that. Most High, give us the healer of ages. When it comes to you, God, and water signs. 8 of Pentacles. So water signs, God has y'all working on yourselves. So water signs, if you recognize and see that you kind of been more so separated from the crowd, like you dwell a little bit, but you don't dwell a lot. The reason why is because with this 8 of Pentacles, God has you doing work on yourself. And the work that God has you doing on yourself, it's really gonna build you up, and it's really gonna push you to be that person that God is like pushing you, that God is making you or pushing you to be. The 8 of Pentacles talks about work. It talks about perfecting the craft. The 8 of Pentacles also talks about effort. So water signs, in regards to finances, or in regards to finances, career, possibly money, God may be having you all perfect the craft. God may be having you all like really like critique a project or critique something that you're doing at work. God could have you changing up a certain mode or changing up the way you do something so you become more efficient, so things actually work smoother or work better for you. Okay, I like that. That felt good compared to everything else. Mentally speaking, Scorpios, some of y'all are, I mean not Scorpios, this feel like water signs, but Scorpios, this definitely could be y'all. Mentally speaking, water signs, some of y'all are okay mentally, and some of y'all it's almost like life is lifing right now. For those where things are okay, but you're having little nuances or things trying to get up under your skin, or things trying to irritate you, you more so feel like you're in this feminine group. For those that it feels like life is lifing, you're in the masculine group. God is trying to get your ass up out that group. Most High, give us this 9 of Cups with the light that's on his head. 7 of Pentacles. When in regards to those in survival mode, God is trying to show you the more and more that you think you doing things your way, or things happening the way you want them to happen, or things moving the way you wanted them to move, or you thinking of the plan, or everything going according, or you having all this say so in control into what happens. The more and more that you pour into that, the more and more you stunt your own growth. So water signs, if you're recognizing and seeing that certain areas of your life are not growing the way you've been trying to get them to grow, and you're trying to figure out why, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, it's because you keep trying to pour into doing things the way you want to do them, and instead of doing it how God wants you to do it. And it's stunting your growth. And the reason why it's stunting your growth, because God is not going to breathe life, or he's not going or he's not going to push forward something that did not come from him. So water signs, make sure that the dreams, goals, aspirations, the things that you're looking for and the things that you're wanting in life, make sure that those things are actually stemming from God, and make sure that these are the things that God actually wants for you, because these things could be the things that may be in some way, shape, form, or fashion stunting your growth. Okay. Most High, give us this 2 of Swords. Well, and you know what? To further on that, as far as being in survival mode and you staying in survival mode is stunting your growth. In regards to those in feminine energy, the energy that you're pouring into these thoughts and scenarios and situations, when God has completely asked you to leave them alone and let them go, and to let it be what God wants it to be, the more and more you pour into that energy, the bigger it grows. So let's just say something small, intrusive thought popped up in your head, and it was small, and you didn't necessarily push it out right then. You dwelled in it a little bit, and then you pushed it out. Okay, guess what? When it resurfaces, the energy that you poured into it the first time, that's the energy it's thriving on. So if you dwell in it some more, guess what? That energy grows bigger. And then it comes back stronger. And then it grows bigger. And then it comes back stronger. And then it grows bigger. That's why God is saying, leave it. It's like stop paying attention to it. Stop looking at it. Stop. Just stop. So feminine energy, feminine, those that are in feminine energy with God, God really and truly needs you to pray about the people, places, and things around you, as well as the mental states and the emotions and the love that you have for people. Because for those in feminine energy, you may accidentally mess around and put yourself back in a karmic cycle dealing with these folks. And in regards to masculine energy, or those that are in survival mode or thinking in this masculine way, God is letting you know, hey, the more and more and more that you pour into doing things the way you want to do them and not the way God wants you to do them, the bigger the issue. It's almost like the more disappointments you'll have, the more L's that's still gonna come in, the more things that are still gonna affect you. Like, come on now, y'all. Come on. Most High, give us this Two of Swords. When it comes to this sword in the root chakra, so this is the Three of Swords, Moon card. So not only did I feel Scorpio energy a little bit with these swords, Pisces, we know this, Pisces and Cancer, this is definitely y'all over here. Because with the Moon card, we know there's secrets, illusions, things we don't see, or things that are not on the surface. In some way, shape, form, or fashion in your life, God is showing you, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, that hey, you being in survival mode and you thinking like this and you maneuvering like this or you moving around like this, that's what's making things so hard. That's what's making things so difficult. That's what's making things so dark. Also, the negative way of thinking, the saying of we gonna pray for the best but prepare for the worst. This feels like water signs, y'all leaning more on the prepare for the worst side and y'all get stuck there. God is like, what about the praying for the best? It's like, if you're going to pray for the best, why not try to prepare for the best as well? You going to only pray for the best but prepare for the worst? That lets God know what you really and truly more so believe in. Because if you actually prepared yourself for the worst, that lets God know that you didn't have true faith in this thing coming full circle anyway. Lord, come on now, y'all in survival mode. Stop that. Most High, give us this woman in the Lover's card with the walking away in the reverse. These people, places, and things that are in survival mode possibly, or things that you ask water signs to separate from. These things trying to stay in close proximity, or these things trying to stay around, or these things trying to get water signs to continuously in their mental dwell or pour into this energy. Strength card. God needs you. Okay, so those are in feminine energy with God. God needs you to pray that you not only stay in alignment with Him, God needs you to pray that you do not let these people, places, and things get you off the path that God set for you. You're still on the path that God set for you, feminine energy. The problem is, while you're still on the path, this is like you're dragged. Thank you, Ten of Wands. That's this heavy ass energy. It's like you're allowing these people to to lag on your foot. So you dragging your leg and these folks still on your leg, or this scenario still on your leg, or this situation still on your leg. I ain't gonna lie, feminine energy, God may be asking you to turn around and kick the shit out of whatever is on your leg. God, if it's a mental thought, God needs you to kick the shit out that mental thought. If it's an emotional space, God needs you to kick the shit out this emotional space. If this is an actual physical person, no, God is not asking you to put your hands on this person, place, or thing, but you may have to go ahead and just say what needs to be said. I'm done. It's over. I don't care. Don't come around here. Leave me alone. Don't call my phone. Or whatever needs to be said or whatever needs to be done, do it. And water signs that are in feminine energy, you know exactly what you're needing to do in order to get rid of this energy. For some of you all, you just need to stop thinking about it. For others of you all, you need to stop paying attention to it. If this energy is getting to the point to where it's close enough to you to where like it can actually talk to you, skate with you, kick it with you, any of that, God needs you to let it be known that you don't fuck with whatever this thing is. It's like God is asking you to denounce it. Oh, okay. All right. Most High, give us this Ten of Wands with this energy that's still trying to hold on to the feminine energy. 4 cups. Thank you. It's trying to dry up your blessings. It's trying to get you to miss out on opportunities. It's trying to get you, thank you. This is almost like when you cross a certain path, or when you get to a certain point, this energy, person, place, or thing, or whatever, it knows that you're going to be blessed by God. It knows this. Now, the reason it's trying so hard to get you to miss out on this blessing is, I hate to say it like this, water signs, but it's kind of like, if other people can't make it to the place that God wants them to make it to, they don't want your ass to make it to the place where God wants you to make it to either. And I know that's fucked up to say, but this is some true shit. Again, that's why God is asking you to not think about this thing, to not dwell in it, to not pour any energy into it, because that's what it wants. It feeds off you to grow, water sign. The moment you cut off its water, the thing shrivels up and dies. Oh, but yes, it won't, just like you have to sit, you know what, water signs, a lot of y'all, and I have said this in a couple of y'all reading water signs, a lot of y'all are about to walk into your winning season. With all the work that you have done with God, you already know God has gave you some type of confirmation, or God has let you know, or God has told you before. With the energy exchanges you and God been having, God is showing you, or God been telling you, you're coming into your winning season. These things that did not make it to their winning season, they don't want you to make it to your winning season either. But the only way it can actually mess up what you have going on is if you continue to want to carry. So boom, this is like if you continue to let it dwell in your mind, if you continue to possibly let them call your phone, if you continue to let them text you, if you continue to, it's almost like if you let the energy continue to do what it's doing to you, God is letting you know, hey, it may actually mess up some of your blessings. So please be mindful, water signs. Most High, last but not least, put one on you and this 8 of Pentacles. Before we go, we got the 8 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve us. But going back to what we said earlier in the reading, the reason why October, or the reason why Libra season, or the reason why right now is such an important time, is because with both of these 8s up here, this feels like cycles. It's like whatever is not corrected, or whatever is not put on the outside, or whatever God does not clean up, it gets to live and breathe through another cycle. And this is almost like water signs. Y'all have done so much work to where you're gonna be wondering, why did God not show up for me, or why is God not pulling up for me, or why is God not doing what God said God was gonna do for me? The reason why is because either one, you didn't give this thing completely over to God, so God can God could balance it out and do what needs to be done. Or 2, you allowed this thing to tug on your shirt, or you allowed this thing to tug on your pants leg, or you allowed this thing to stop God from actually closing the door on it. So water signs, get it together, okay? You ain't Captain Save-A-Ho no more. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Hell no.